Hi there, welcome to Real Bizarre. Today we talk about teachers. Some teachers don't look like teachers at all, because we tend to think of them as of those very strict, very orderly, old-fashioned type of dudes wearing glasses, right? But you know what? There are so many wacky teachers out there, it's unbelievable. There's some real freak balls teaching kids stuff. Talking of freaks, make sure you guys check out my other channel. It's called Frickin' Ick. You'll find the link down below. So follow it, subscribe, and let's have fun. Alright, and now let's check out some weirdo teachers who will make you laugh. So one of the students was constantly skipping classes all throughout semester, so his teacher prepared a tricky question for him. He wanted to see if his always absent student knows what it looks like. Gee, that's a tricky one, even if you do see your teacher every day. And this guy always puts a special hat and cloak on when he needs to conduct an alchemical experiment. If I was in his class, I would come every time just to see that. After the school received 36 brand new iMacs, a couple of inventive teachers made a giant-ass wheel out of boxes. Yeah, some boys never grow. You gotta give this principal some props. He came up with a very fun and unusual way of collecting money for charity. $1 for a piece of tape. The result is plain funny. Here's how this teacher explains how our whole world is upside down. If you can name 5 Kardashians but don't know the name of the first human to strap himself to a giant-ass missile and get shot into space and make it back alive, it doesn't mean you're a bad person, but you should probably reevaluate your internet and reading habits. 20 years ago, this cell phone was brutally nailed to the wall. Ever since then, it rests on the same wall till this very day. We can clearly see there's just one, which certainly proves the fact that this class must be very disciplined when it comes to gadgets. Well, lesson learned, I guess. And this teacher interpreted Lady Gaga's song through chemical elements. Alright guys, if you just try to sing it, you should give this video a thumbs up. There's one student in this class who draws a cat on the desk every day. That's like his daily ritual. That's like a ritual for the whole class. So when he was absent one day, the teacher took the initiative into his own hands and drew a cat himself. Pretty sweet. Now that's how teachers show solidarity and fight evil together. These guys were against the early morning regime and came to school wearing pajamas. A little bit of creativity is always good. That's what this teacher thought when he put himself into a real coffin saying, "Y'all test scores made me dead." If you think this is some body art model, no, it's just a very obsessed high school art teacher who decided to turn himself into Van Gogh. I hope he won't take it as far as to cut his own ear off. And in this class, if you finish early, you get to mess around with a console. Now that's what I call motivation. On this photo you see a boy who has cancer, and his teacher comes to hospital every day to teach him things. You can tell this guy's 100% devoted. This next teacher had a basic problem. Students would always steal his pencils. So he came up with a brilliant idea. On his new pencils he wrote, "I want to marry Justin Bieber." What do you think, guys? Was that a good idea? This guy's got some sense of humor, that's for sure. For 40 years he was photographed wearing the same clothes. This teacher had a problem. His calculator would always disappear. And so finally, one day, he came up with some drastic measures and stuck his calculator to a big red brick. You may be thinking this is some kind of weird experiment, but nope. This is how this teacher celebrates Halloween. Pretty cool, huh? There's a student behind that door, smoking or something. Boy, is she up for a surprise when she comes out. This is how much these students respect their teacher. After he complimented one of the kids' shoes, the whole class gathered money to buy him a pair. Look at that guy's happy face. That dude is 100% happy. Something made that microbiology teacher put on a Darth Vader costume. I guess that day everyone was hungry for knowledge. When your teacher follows trends and is absolutely certain about how to catch a Pokemon. And this teacher taped her own face to give students total control over the class. Now, this guy said that if 80% of the class will go above average, he will put on a Batman costume and wear it all day. I guess this teacher is a man of his word. These three come up with new interesting photo ideas every year. I wish all teachers were cool like that. And this guy showed his students what a theorem is and how to prove it. So the theory is that he has big mouth. The proof right in front of you. And this dude doesn't like laser pointers. He's a little old-fashioned this way. So he likes to use his green cheerleader glove. I bet a lot of students find this habit very amusing. This girl was skipping Spanish for way too long, so her teacher decided to advertise that on the milk carton. Pretty weird sense of humor, don't you think? So these guys had a test, and the teacher couldn't make it somehow. So he asked his colleague to put this picture on the main screen instead. Oh yeah, I would definitely want to listen to what this guy has to say. Somebody posted this online saying, "My professor's office. Do you guys notice anything suspicious? Take 10 seconds to find out what's up and write your guesses in the comments. Let's go." I'm sure you noticed that this is a door. Looks like a guy on his computer, but it's actually a well-lit poster. Oh no, with a teacher sitting up that high, there's no hope for cheaters. What an interesting approach to make students study the insides of a human body. Some biology teachers have a pretty dark sense of humor. What do you think this is? This is how some teachers do April Fool's joke. Wonder what his subject is. Oh, hold on, I think I know. History. This guy too. Dr. Sidney Engelberg has been teaching for 45 years. He's a pretty clever guy. Some of his students are moms, and Sidney lets them take their kids to class. So one time during a lecture, one of the babies started to cry, so Sidney quickly took the matter into his own hands. The little guy quickly calmed down and the lecture went on as usual. Another sneaky teacher who put on his photo on the door. Now everyone thinks he's right there all the time. This class have a custom of making monster dummies, and then they just put them all across the state of Montana. Oh, not a very friendly looking figure at night, I suppose. Every day, this old dude skates his way into the class. Well, I hope all his bones will remain intact at least until he retires. That's what some teachers' dogs look like, in case you're wondering. Or maybe that dog is a teacher. And this guy has a special kind of bottle where it keeps something that keeps him going. And what do you think that is? Students' tears, that's what. What a cruel and evil teacher, that guy. I wonder if this car belongs to algebra professor. This old Pops has been a Papa Smurf for the past 5 years on Halloween. When a geography teacher doesn't have a map, it just draws one of his own making. When a student asked his teacher for a pen, he was offered a feather. Yes, just like the good old days. What do you think this guy celebrates? Pi Day, of course. With a brutal teacher like that, chemistry might as well become your favorite subject. Oh wow, this teacher really knows how to draw. You think this is what a chemistry teacher looks like? Oh no, that's what defines chemistry. Newton's third law in action. Yes, some teachers take their job very seriously. More teachers like that and the world would be saved. Students were very surprised to see their teacher dressed up like that. The weirdest part is that the man didn't even explain why he was dressed like a Yeti. And this teacher from Texas collected all scrap and garbage within the school and took a pic to make the kids look at what's around them. To make sure everyone survived the fire drill test, some teachers put their face up high. This woman is 100 years old and she still teaches math. Do you guys have funny teachers like that at your school? I bet you have at least one real exceptional teacher. Alright, thanks for watching guys. Remember to subscribe to Real Bizarre for more fun videos and ring the bell to stay tuned. Also check out some more Real Bizarre. You'll find all the links down below. Alright, see you next time.